All right, DJ Fuchs in the house for our Tour Pacific 20th anniversary. Big party for DJ Fuchs, yay! That was good. I see all our beautiful Tongan, and I saw Niuean, and it was good to see all the Samoans still sitting down. Just make sure for all our mātua, just take it easy, because we still want to make sure you're here at lunchtime, okay? So dance all you want, but just make sure we got about a 4 or 5 hour program, okay? So just a few housekeeping rules. We're going to be getting underway in about 10 minutes or so, so we invite all our guests to come and take your seats. DJ Fox, feel free to have a bit of music as the background, that's all right, just on a little bit of a low there, that's good. So on behalf of Malia and the team, our board chair here this morning, Letoa, as well as Viliame, I saw other board members here, so we welcome you all to our wonderful celebration today. Big round of applause, you all look so beautiful, yay! Why don't we do this? All our Tongans, stand up, all our Tongans. From Vava'u to Ewa to Tongatapu to Vava'u. Big round of applause for our Tongan community, yay! Okay, all our Samoans. Alagamai Samoa, Wailetoa, come on, stand up. Big round of applause for our Samoan, yay! Where's our Niueans? I saw one Niuean here today. Where? Yes, you. Big round of applause for our Niueans. And our brothers supporting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Come on, with a terrible towel at the back. Yeah, let's go. Okay, few housekeeping rules before we get underway. Just to let you know that the toilet's out through the main doors here and to your right. So just make a note of that, please. Family, kainga, ainga, out the doors and to your right. In case of an emergency, please follow the instructions of our staff here at Holiday Inn. And for all our young ones, in case of an emergency, please make sure to look after our mātua today and help in any way you can. Why not? Yes, a little bit of music, please. To our Tongan community, Turo kauhau tuhe, whakatapu atu ki hau eiki mo e tonga kutoa e whakataha e kini, o hau tautari whiwhia ki mutoro ki hea wau mahu ina ni tua whaatu. To our Samoan community joining us this morning, whakaro whaku le pa ia marua, awhio mai makara mai au, magoro soe fua maua malelangi e mamamu, walava vaku vi ina mai whakakai lea kua, malo mamu lei, malo malofa kumoa, au whainga ruenga, pa ia lea kua, ainga, o mai e maasani sa mua, o poko, o soka ia ku mua pule, e ku aunga na kaunga, ainga le kaima le wa'afu ki, ia rofa mai le kua whakasi mai ma fisoso angi mai o wāra kako proklamu mea so, whakakai lea whio mai ma leo mai makara mai au, mai roro soe fua, malo. And to our Niuean community, whakarofa mahi atu ki motorosi, whakau e ke hia tua, kua whileweia hia whanai, ahonai, a manaki ke mawhole e tau whakahoroanga hea ho, ki a whakamuia mai hia tua tautorosi. Just to let everybody else know, and a big welcome of course to all our VIPs joining us this morning. I was talking with Malia and seeing how all our mātua were up and dancing. I think we're just going to cancel the program, let DJ Fox play music for 4 hours and just let our mātua just go for golda. That sounds good. Just get up and siva, and then when it's time for lunch, then we break for lunch. Yeah? Okay, yes, we have a program. And of course, to all our other communities joining us this morning, kia ora, whakarawhalahi atu, māno le lei, Sambula, Talohani, Talofakoi, Ken the Mooney, halo ke te wantok, karaki na mai, halo ni mblong, mālo soe fua, mau malalangi na mā, liha mā, whani ni, tau te rai, anu ngā seo, bonjour, good morning, sawani kap, sawani ka, konnichiwa, hola, bonjour, tuburoucho, aloha, namaste, shalom, and a very warm welcome to the Tour Pacific 20th anniversary. Oh, Tay Leofo. Hey. Thanks, Tay, for the hookups for the gig in October. Really appreciate it. I stand here today. DJ Fox, just a teeny bit, please. I stand here today and I represent all of your children. I represent all of your grandchildren. Without your sacrifice and your hard work as mātua coming to this country of New Zealand, we would not be here today. So as much as we celebrate Tour Pacific, we want to honour you, our mātua, for all that you've done, laying the groundwork for future generations. So on behalf of your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, we say, yay, big round of applause for our mātua today. We are here to serve you. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay then, other than that, we've got Vei Sinia. Vei, put your hands up. So everybody look at Vei. Vei, hold your hand. Please, Vei. So Vei is our photographer today. So she's going to be going around and taking photos of you. So make sure to give a big smile when she comes around. And then of course we've got our lovely Tour Pacific team who are going to be around today, who will be helping you with any needs that you have. Other than that, we'll put on some more music, DJ Fox, and we're going to get underway very shortly with our Tour Pacific 20th celebration anniversary. Shake somebody's hand on the right and say, you look beautiful, and shake somebody else's hand on the other side and say, hey, you look beautiful. Okay, DJ Fox, one more time. Let's get these young people at heart up on the dance floor one more time. Hey! Hey! worry. I've just requested the Holiday Inn staff to bring in a few mattresses just to lay over here on the fellas in there, just in case you get tired. Also, just an observation to all our young ones, I'm including myself, so that's around 50 and under. I made a very good observation. The observation is this: not one single mātua that is here this morning was on their phones. So just an encouragement, that email can wait, that text response can wait. Turn off your phones, you're going to be here a while because we're on mātua time, okay? Thank you, young people. Before I introduce our first speaker, Nana, Papa, yeah? Oh, that's all right. You go, it's all about you guys. I would like to invite up to open today's proceedings. He is the Tour Pacific Inc. Board Chair, former CEO of Niuean and former GM of Village Collective. I owe this man a great debt of gratitude. I currently work at 531 PI. I've been there for 8 years, and 8 years ago, when he was CEO of Niuean, he took a chance on somebody, and I will forever, eternally be grateful to him for that opportunity. Please welcome Mr. Netoa Henry Jenkins.
And welcome to this very special occasion, the celebration that marks Tour Pacific's 20th celebration in service to our Pacific community and our families. Some of you might not know, most of you do, but some of you might not know, that Tour stands for Treasuring Older Adults. I didn't know that when I first joined. I thought Maria named it after me, the Tour. But no, she didn't. She told me off because I spelled it wrong. And having said that, I'd like to recognize our mātua. This day is also for you, because our mātua is the essence of Tour Pacific. So this day is a celebration for you. Also, a special acknowledgement and recognition for the founder of Tour Pacific, Maria Hamani. Where's Maria from? Oh, yeah. Please stay. I didn't touch it. Maria, thank you for your dedication, your commitment to the organization that you started 2 decades ago. Manoa, thank you, distinguished guests, families, friends, collaborative partners. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and share this day with us. I hope you enjoy yourselves. As you can see, there'll be entertainment, lots of entertainment, lots of food, so please have a good time, mix and mingle. And before pushes me off the stage, because I've already gone past my time, I'd like to just thank the board and the staff of Tour Pacific for their continued support and dedication in ensuring that we continue to grow, strengthen, and serve our Pacific peoples. Malo whalua te love whatai.
My role at this very moment is to introduce our Reverend Father Line Folauailoa. We have asked to lead us in a prayer to bless the beginning of this celebration. Father Line is, he would agree with me, but I will say that he's the chaplain for the Catholic Tongan in New Zealand, based in Auckland. There is a younger priest in the centre with him, but Father Line have been in New Zealand for a very, very long time doing just that. Father Line, Paule Monica, ke mea mai mua ke malo. Malo.
Before I start to thank the word of welcome, Maria, for the introduction. Maria probably forgot we come from the same village in Tonga. And my surname, Folau Moilor, really means sailing in from the horizon. And that from is from Samoa. That's where my ancestors, my great-grandmother came from the village of Rotofanga. And I know my Samoan relatives very well. My only regrets in life is that I don't speak Samoan as good as I speak Tongan, and also Fijian. I spent 20 years of my life in Fiji as a young child, as a grown-up young man, and as an adult priest, working together with Archbishop Matailinga, Alapati Matailinga. And so here I am, and thank you, Maria, for the invitation. And I brought a little passage from the book of Genesis, from chapter 1. I like to read that to affirm the achievements of today, and also to thank God for the great trust that God has in each and every one of us, that we are part of the family of God. So, as always, as we begin to pray, we put ourselves in the presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. And then God said, "Let us make humankind in our own image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the wild animals of of the earth and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So God created humankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them. God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and till the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that move upon the earth." Let us pray. God of our human family, today we gather to celebrate, to acknowledge the greatness of your work, the greatness of your trust and belief that the people that you created would care over the whole of your creation. Above all, you entrusted us to one another, that we help one another as God has helped us. Today we gather to acknowledge the help that God have extended to many, many of us through the gifts that God has given them. And today we gather to reinforce our role as caretakers of humanity and the universe. So that is our prayers for all Maria and his team, and all who have contributed to the journey of the Torah, strong and steady, because we are there and you are there to answer their calls for help and support their dreams. So that is our prayer, Lord, this day as we gather to mark, to acknowledge and to thank you for the achievements. And may their work continue to prosper, continue to grow in its service of the senior citizens of our society. The cornerstone of our island cultures, the wisdom of the old, the wisdom of our culture, entrusted to them that they may guide and lead us in the path that God has set out for us. May you bless this day, Lord, and all who gather here to celebrate the milestone of this achievement, which we offer to you, that it may praise and glorify you. And all this praise, Lord, we give to you in the name of Jesus our Lord. Amen. Amen. May the Lord bless this day, bless all of us, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father.
Big round of applause for Father Lene, along with Laura, the chaplain, Tongan Catholic community. Thank you, Pate, for blessing our day. You have inspired me to share a verse myself from Isaiah chapter 46, verses 3 to 4. I declare this over all under the sound of my voice right now. descendants of Jacob, all you who remain in Israel. I have cared for you since you were born. Yes, I carried you before you were born. I will be your God throughout your lifetime, until your hair is white with age. I made you, and I will care for you. I will carry you along and save you. I want all our young ones again, please to be upstanding, face a mātua close by you, and give them a big round of applause and tell them how awesome they are and thank them for everything that they've done for us, especially our first generation. I see young people standing up and facing mātua. Honour them, because they are worthy of honour this morning, this day. If not for them, how many of us, especially first generation, will not even be here right now? Come on. Our theme for today's celebration is treasuring Pacific older people and families. And now I'd like to welcome her back, but just to give an acknowledgement again for the founder of this incredible organisation. We had the pleasure of speaking with Malia, I think earlier this week, and one of the things she shared with us that maybe not many of you know, in the very early days, even before Tour Pacific was an organisation, she worked for 5 years without any pay. Such is the dedication and the passion of this woman and her calling to serve our mātua, and over 20 years she has been the visionary, serving our mātua with a servant heart along with faithful others that have joined her along this journey. So with that, please, a big round of applause for the founder, CEO of Tour Pacific Inc., Niuean.
Brian had just made me a saint by saying I worked for nothing for 5 years, which meant that my children would have gone without food, right? And one of them is in this room, he's nearly 40 years old, but he was a little one when I started this work. It's quite an honor to stand in front of you. I'm well aware the CEOs of you who are sitting here, you have put away a whole lot of things. Reverend Tara from Christchurch, quite a few from Wellington, and one can only be very, very grateful for yourself honouring the organisation by your presence. When one thinks of what am I going to say, if I'm just going to tell you what I wrote, it will be really boring, because it will be telling you things when they happened. But I sat there and I'm thinking, a logo of an organisation is often just a picture. You will see Kathleen on those pictures, and I can see her looking at the slides. But the logo of the organisation you will see on the program maybe, and up here there is 3 waves, and the reason for the 3 waves, they are supposed to be waves in the ocean, right? Because we've come across the ocean to be here. We, as in all of the older people, because the beginning with the treasuring older adults was about the older people and their journey. And there is that black kind of walking stick handle on the logo. And at that point in time, treasuring older people, we didn't have gold to mine in Tonga, but we had black coral. So I decided we'll make the walking stick black because of our black coral. And if we wanted to look after an older person, we actually need to honour the person who contribute to their well-being, who are the family carers. Hence the Aina carers, the AC that is on the logo. And for the colour, the waves are not in blue as the ocean maybe, but it's in gold because of older people's golden years. And if you would imagine it was turned on its side, they would look like flames. And guess what? The love of an older person can burn you if you're not careful. it will energize you, it will warm you, it will make you comfortable and safe with older people. And that's the meaning of the logo. And I put M's just there. But older people, of course, you see some of the programs have the color that I might call mauve. It is the color that we use for reminding ourselves not to abuse older people. So I grabbed the paper this morning and print some of the programs so I don't forget. Even I don't have a speech, I've got a program in front of me. And that is the reason why we have got the reminder, really, the prompter to remind. And there is the cohort. The older people are the treasured people that we work with. I am very grateful for a friend and a colleague who is a very key person in the space of older people in Wellington, the Office for Seniors. I'm just going to say that she did me a favor by asking, why are you celebrating 20 years when you told me you worked with older people in 95? Reverend Tara, the Secretary of Methodist in New Zealand, is here with us today because the 95 was within the time of Methodist Mission Northern. Methodist had a service for Pacific people in a place that was called, a service was called Pacific Center. And then the name changed in 2000, so I decided to ask every minister that come through the door to actually comment on the branding that was TOA. And when they all agreed, the name Toa Pacific was launched in 2000. We were still under Methodist Mission. Also launched in 2000 was the first and only contract of elder abuse and neglect service for Pacific people in 2000. Yeah, 1995, in the time with Methodist, there was Health Funding Authority. You know, the DHBs and MOH happened after that. Health Funding Authority funded Methodist to deliver a service for Pacific older people, and I ended up being the staff to do that in 95. In 96, we planned a festival, and it was around that time I met one of the guests today, Cheryl Martin. She and I were doing the not-for-profit management, graduate diploma in management, and I'm very happy you're here, Cheryl. The work with older people was about two things: encouraging our older people to use home support service, and also set up groups for older people, and the contract was Auckland Central and Niuean. Within a year and a half, I happened to already had nearly 60 older people's groups. It was easy. I was the only staff, but it was really easy. And those of you who are funders in this room, that's why it was easy. Because HFA had allowed a pool of money to help the older people where they are to set up their groups. So all the ministers got counted years later, but I became their friend. At every church, there was a group for their own older people. That's how come it became so many so fast, because of how it was done. And it was every denomination I got to. And then there were no older people's group for Samoans at the time, but I ended up with 13. And Niueans had lots of groups. I missed my friend Molly, who was a staff of Toa Pacific. She may be here. But at the end of the day, it was really easy. A mini festival happened in 97. Guess how many attended, there were 350 attending. I had the consulate generals and MPs and those people attending. It was in Ponsonby at the Methodist Church Hall. The superintendent of Methodist Mission Northern and the management from the main office were laughing so much. They claimed that they had eggs around their stomach from laughter. And the question was, what was Mini about that? I believe that Mini was the little understanding that I had as to how well this was going. It was well attended, it was 8 ethnicities, Kiribati, Tuvalu, Fiji were also included. And I think I should leave that part there because it really helped. But I'm glad I got cheeky and said that's why it was easy. Because I gave, each of the groups had $5,000, which I kind of give out in small bits. Because casino was already set up those years. And it was known that they go there not only to play, but to eat and so on. So I give them $1,000 to buy cups and cup teas and all that to set up in their church hall. And please lock your cupboard. And they really enjoyed that, really, really enjoyed the many groups, the Tongan groups, I think there were 14, and in Cook Island groups, I think there were 5, and so on. Yeah, I didn't have anybody else in the first 5 years to work with me, but then we hired Molly on a part-time basis to help in 2001, and she helped with the elderly's service. And I think I need to do something else right at this moment. I want to invite Lektoa Mole and all the board members and the staff of Tour Pacific to please come to up here or over here. And staff also please come up, because I'm supposed to tell of the journey of Tour Pacific. The journey has continued and it's here. Tour Pacific has got 10 staff as of a couple of days ago. And we've got 2 students from MIT doing placement with us. And they all choose to go in. I thought I was inviting you to come. Tony Mari, come stand next to me. And the journey of Tour Pacific, that poster I keep on wanting to follow, that poster and the other one that fell down here, they were launched in 1999 at the International Day for Older Persons. There was a ball for older people in that year. And the poster was, the theme and everything about it was done by the board, which were older people. And they're still current, thank goodness. See, can we give them a clap? For looking after the clients of the organization, because the journey, we can look back, but that's only to check the traffic, whether what's coming up. But we're looking forward, and I love it that you're all there, because going forward, the people we are not celebrating because we can't bring them here and celebrate are the families that are referred to Tour Pacific to look after the issues that make them have a black eye or something like that. And we can't celebrate them, but we can do it through the staff who make the phone call and they don't pick up at the best times. The families, the family carers, they're usually not self-identifying. and our staff and the board are there to encourage them and to love them regardless. Mātua. I've got a task there. I need to invite Reverend Tari, please, to come up and join me. We have got a canoe here that was donated by Marilyn and her parents when Tour Pacific went to Samoa in 2019. And we've decided to bless this canoe to be the piece for Tour Pacific to look at as this mark between the years. And Tara, please. This lady has come out from Christchurch to honor this day. And I think you already know why Tour Pacific need to honor the Secretary of Methodist Mission, because she would represent today the Church of Methodists that had looked after Pacific so well and looked after the beginning of Tour Pacific so well and supported us to move to independence. And I'll ask Tara to say a few words, and then I'll ask you to please bless the canoe that we have here. Thank
My name is Tara Tautari. I'm the General Secretary of the Methodist Church of Aotearoa, New Zealand. It is a pleasure to be with you here this morning. The waiata that I just sang is our church waiata. And it says, let us all join together and paddle our waka of faith that requires us to love one another, to be together, and to move in the same direction. In that spirit, it is my pleasure to join you as we honour our kaumātua and kuia for their witness to us here, for the challenge that they continue to give us as we seek to live out our lives here in Aotearoa in love and in faith. And so with this in mind, we look to our tanua and we seek the blessing of God. Let us pray. God of love and God of light, you call us into the light. And so we gather here in friendship and in fellowship. We thank you for the life and the witness of those who have gone before us. And we celebrate those amongst us here and the vibrancy of their lives. We seek now your blessing of our tanua. We give you thanks for creation, from which this has been fashioned. And we ask your blessing on Papatūānuku. We give you thanks for the hands that have crafted our taonga, for the gift of creativity and the spark of love which has informed its fashioning. And we ask your blessing on those hands. We ask your blessing also on our tongue. May it forever be a symbol of our search for unity, peace and reconciliation. May it remind us that without you, we are nothing. But with you, we can do all things. Be with us now, Lord. Be with us who are here and those whom we love who are not with us now. Continue to bless us, even as we are blessings for others. We ask this all in the name of the risen Christ, our friend and our Redeemer. Amen.
This morning I decided that, realized that the young ladies have got a little gift to give, but this is the official thank you to Methodist for its work in the life of Tō Pacific. And I thought that the best thing is to gift the reverend, is to give a walking stick. How can she forget Tō Pacific and our people? Tara, let me gift you this toko to remember Tō Pacific. I believe I've done myself very proud. I finish when the program says I have to finish.
Another big round of applause for Maria, and also another big round of applause for Reverend Tara at Auck Methodist Church of New Zealand Secretary. Where's the talk again, please, sister? Can you hold up again? It's beautiful, beautiful. It's symbolic. It's not a comment about age or anything like that. It's just symbolic. Okay? Bless you. Any Fijians in the house? Well, I just want to congratulate you on your historic win over England over the weekend. So let's give our Fijians a big round of applause, eh? Come on. And not bad, Samoa almost did the job against the #1 ranked team in the world, Manu Samoa. You know what Lima Sokwana said? And the changing rooms afterwards, you remember what he said? We're not just coming to make up the numbers. Okay. Just a reminder too, please family with your phones, because I have a few interesting ringtones. If you can just put your phones on silent or mute, and just remember while our speakers are talking, just if we can make sure to keep the noise down and just to focus on the speakers. I'm not looking at any table in particular, so yeah. Okay, thank you, Ilwa. Thank you. Family, we have our first performance of the day as part of our 20th celebration. And guess who's going to kick it off? We're going to invite our mātuas all the way from Samoa for a performance. A big round of applause for our Samoan mātua. When we have our performances, I encourage all our young ones, get up and support our mātua in their performances as well. DJ Fuchs. Oh yeah, so they're just getting ready. Maria said her son was here. Where's your son? Maria, what's his name? Paul, come here. Come. Oh, Maria, he's very handsome. Yes? How old is he again? 40? 23. 20, okay. Plus interest. Just while our Samoan group are making their way up, Paul, I want you to share with everyone what it is that you and your siblings love about your mother and what goes on behind the scenes over the last 20 years that she's been serving.
What we love about our mother is that what you see here at Auck Pacific in the office is what we have the gift of at home all the time. My kids, when I told them where I was going today, they said, please tell Grandma we love her and congratulations. When I was explaining the lineage of this great organisation that Grandma has been a part of, they were so proud. And that's what my brothers and I and our kids, we all have that immense love and pride in Malia for the love that she shares with us at home all the time and with our wider Pacific communities. So that it's our reality is I think the same as what I've been able to see at Auck Pacific is that unconditional love, timeless, and I mean many late nights of preparing for today's event and many other celebrations before, and we get the same. She was doing that for my wedding and all of that sort of stuff.
Awesome, Paul. And just to confirm, you and your siblings, you still support Mum financially also?
Of course. Is there a camera on? Yeah, right.
That's the main question. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Oh, but, yeah. Are they ready? Yeah.
Joseph, David, please. Can you just get up if you... I know you don't want to come up here. Joseph Davide is the son of one of Auck Pacific's first staff in 2003. My twin that we were not born together. She passed away 3 years after we started Auck Pacific. She was the one that started the mama groups. She could not drive the manual van that we had, so her car, she picked up Samoans, Tokelauans, Tongans, and she was fluent in all 3 languages. And thank you for being here, Seppo. He's come up from Wellington.
So our Samoans are making their way up. Seppo, I just want to confirm, are you a hardcore supporter of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Okay. How many championships, Super Bowls to date, has the Pittsburgh Steelers won? That is correct. I just wanted to confirm that. So yeah, he's a hardcore. So we're either going to play a bit of music just while we're waiting for our beautiful Samoan community to come up. Just as they're coming up, I'd also want to acknowledge my auntie Nofo, part of the Samoan group, wife to my late uncle Misa. Another one of those stories when they arrived in New Zealand and Wellington in the late 60s. 4 of the brothers, they had a house in central Wellington. And from there, laid the seeds and foundation for our Sāngaro family here in New Zealand. It's just one of the many great stories and great testimonies of our mātua. Sa vali vali means Tau tala tala means Alofa ya te oi means I love you. Take it easy, fighting. Oh, it's like that DJ, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our Samoan mātua, eh?
Malolele, Whakalofalahiatu, Tarofalava. If I miss any other languages, I'll just say Tarofalava. What a beautiful and colorful Caucasian. Your happy faces and your cheerfulness makes this place beautiful today. Praise the Lord. It was so good to hear the words of the Reverend this morning. My name is Violet Solo Toe Tolu, and I'm a member of the board of Tour Pacific. I represent my Samoan community, as you can see, to welcome everyone who is here this morning. This morning afternoon now. I would like to give a cordial welcome to our special guest. Maybe I can't remember who you all are, but you know who I'm speaking to. Hope you enjoy this occasion that we have celebrated today, the 20th year celebration of this Tour Pacific. So now my Samoan boys and girls are going to perform to you. Thank you.
the next Siva. Oh, sorry, okay, go, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our Samoan Matua. Come on. As with every item, any funds, donations will be combined and will go to the local TAB in Māngere for the usage of our Matua. So that's awesome. I'm just going to have a quick tamanō with this young man here. Another big round of applause for our Matua. Yes. Sorry. Tamachi. Tamanō. Why was what whānongo? Whānongo? What does this even? Whānongo? Man, I was worried about the keke. You know, Siva there, Manosi, you know, keke paule.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Tamat, penai sa mo siya na maya.
Tembaraka masiumu. Kami jo lo musoy. Ere queda ese tipo. Oro seven go come back. See you next time.
Hello, lava. Beautiful indeed. Family, we are now going to invite the first of our guest speakers for today to come and to share. Thank you, DJ Fuchs. They are Samoan, representing Fasitota, Samusu, and Tanu Ngā Manono. on her Māori side, Ngati Ranginui, and European descent. She has worked for MSD since 2019, has extensive experience in program and project management, strategic and operational change management, business transformation and mentoring and training expertise across a range of sectors. Please give a warm round of applause to the General Manager of Pacific and Community Capability with the Ministry of Social Development, Serena Curtis. Thank you, Serena.
To you all. As Brian said, I'm Serena Curtis. I'm the General Manager of Pacific and Community Capability Programs at Ministry of Social Development. Firstly, can I acknowledge Reverend Niuean and also Reverend Tautari this morning. Letoa, Malia, Geraldine, Diane, my colleague from the ministry, Karen Billing-Jensen, Harriet from Whatuora, but most importantly, can I acknowledge the Mātua today. I had the privilege last year of coming to, I think it was celebration of our elder people last year in Mangere, and it was amazing. It's beautiful colour, as is today, and I left with a very full cup, so I'm expecting that today to overfill. So thank you for the invitation. Can I please congratulate on behalf of the Ministry of Social Development, Toa Pacific Board, management and staff on your 20th anniversary. You've reached an important milestone for many organisations. It's hard to achieve these milestones nowadays, and you have done it off the back of some strong people who have strong will and commitment to their kaupapa, their purpose, their why. In terms of the relationship with Ministry of Social Development, Toa has had a very strong relationship with MSD, stemming from the work around Pasifika Proud, more recently around whānau resilience, and in the midst of the last 3 years, the COVID response. And I do want to acknowledge the hard, enduring work of Toa Pacific over the last 3 years in supporting our Pacific families, but more importantly with a focus on our Pacific mātua, ensuring that they've been safe, kept well, kept fed. I understand from Malia's updates, a lot of food parcels through one of the most uncertain times during New Zealand's history. My team have given me a speech, and I'm really bad at them. I'm normally off the cuff, so I'm going to go off the cuff now. And I do want to acknowledge Malia. Malia is not only a force to be reckoned with, she is a member of our Pacific Reference Group at Ministry of Social Development, and she is a strong advocate and keeps us accountable for the voices of Mātua. It's okay, you can keep talking. I don't mind. She has been formidable in her passion. Who would have thought 25 plus years later she is still doing this job? Most people are exhausted and have early retirement, but not Malia. She continues to go on, and I think the Energizer Bunny ad is made after Malia in terms of her ongoing commitment to her passion. She has instilled in many others, and I am one of those that is blessed to know Malia, in terms of holding ourselves present in the moment to do what's right for our Pacific people. That stages are not always there for us, and when they are, we need to take those opportunities and run very fast with them. I know I've got 10 minutes, but I'm going to go really quickly.
I want to acknowledge our current partnership, Malia, and I know that it will continue. I want you to know that MSD are in full commitment to toa and the work that you do. We acknowledge your uniqueness in our Pacific ecosystem and the support that you give to our matua. And I want to end by saying I wish Toa Pacific all the best for today's celebration. Please try and enjoy the celebration, especially Malia, because you are part of this 20-year journey. And on behalf of MSD, well done for your 20th year. So,
thank you, Serena, and we have a little gift for you. So thank you again. Very good. Just quickly, Mum and Dad's names, parents?
My mother's name is Genevieve, and my father's name is William.
Again, a very big thank you. Serena Curtis, General Manager of Pacific and Community Capability at the Ministry of Social Development. Whenever I mention MSD, I can't help but think of my time, 8 years at, social welfare back then in the late 80s, 8 years, and I have a witness. My wife and I, we actually met at MSD. My wife Alberta was my supervisor back in 1980 something. And I have a witness, Taylor Awful, because we all work together. She will testify to the number of times I confessed my undying love to her, to my wife, only to have my heart ripped open, thrown on the ground and stomped time and time again. Hey Tay, you remember? Yeah, she was there. Okay then. Oh, I hear a few shh. Guys, let's be honest. This is a function where over 90% are matua. We know what our matua are like at functions. They're just going to taranoi anyway, so the more you go shh, they're going, just let it happen. That's what happens. Okay, we are now going to invite our next guest speaker up, registered nurse, by background, Regional Director, Northern Region Pacific Health Te Whatuora, NRHCC Pacific Operations Equity Lead, background in mentoring and lecturing at AUT and MIT, Regional Director for Northern Region with Pacific Health Te Whatuora, HNZ. Please give a warm round of applause, Harriet Paunga. Harriet, hey!
Oh, thank you so much for that welcome. I'm so privileged to be here amongst this colourful and beautiful people of the Pacific. I just want to say that I'm not only honoured but privileged to be here amongst you all and to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Toa Pasifika. I'd like to firstly acknowledge the board members of Toa Pasifika, including Chairman Letoa Jenkins, as well as the CEO and founder, Malia Hamani. Also acknowledging Reverend Tara Tautara, thank you so much for that blessing, as well as Reverend Lina Folaumoeala. I was going to talk to him about the last acronym of his name. He said he went to Tonga and never came back to Samoa to learn the language. The last acronym of his name says Moi Loa, meaning you go to Tonga and he fell asleep there, never came back to learn the language. I'll ask him to forgive me later. Also, I just want to acknowledge Serena Curtis, the GM of Pacific and Community Capability Program at MSD, Geraldine Clifford Linstone, CEO of the Ministry of Pacific People, as well as Karen Billing-Jensen from Age Concern, CEO, and Diana Turner, Office of the Senior. And I just wanted to say when the Samoan group were performing, I really wanted to stand up and dance along with them. The spirit you bring, it was just absolutely amazing. In regards to this 20th year anniversary, I'd like to acknowledge the hard work, Malia. I sat down with Malia and I had a talk with her, shared her experience, and her heartfelt commitment to Toa Pasifika. As I shared my experience as a granddaughter of an 87-year-old that I too look after in my home, I can really feel the sense of her passion to look after the elderly people of the Pasifika. We know from our own experience the wisdom, warmth and strength our elders add to our ainga and wider communities. With Toa Pasifika, this recognition starts with the name, treasured older adults, and respect and care that is woven through all of their work on supporting older people to know that, for them to know their rights and maintaining their health, well-being and independence. About 5% of Pacific population in Aotearoa is 65 years and older, while another 10% are aged between 55 and 64. Te Whatuora Ola Niuean Interim Pacific Health Plan identifies older people as a priority group when it comes to contributing to a thriving, resilient and prosperous Pacific Aotearoa. There are still significant data gaps that will help us address life course health inequities and ensure Pacific people age well and receive the care they need at home. But there is evidence that Pacific people experience the onset of age-related and long-term conditions earlier, 10 to 15 years earlier than non-Pacific and non-Māori. We also know that there are low rates of age residential care and that in-home support and access to comprehensive care is limited. The COVID-19 pandemic reinforced the need to work together, invest together, learn together, and achieve well-being together. Community health organisations are and have always been key to this approach, quietly getting on with doing what's needed, building trust, taking a whole of community approach, networking with a wide variety of community networks. I'd also like to thank Malia. About 2 months ago, we were in a Zoom together, and I couldn't help hearing all the Zumba and the dancing and the noise and the singing from the background. And this is what it's all about. Now I can see it with my own eyes. Not only because it's heartwarming, but mainly because we know the impact these activities have on supporting our elders' health and well-being. In particular, when it comes to reducing the effects of social isolation as well as loneliness. The exercise, dance, songs and games provided by Toa Pasifika for the elder people, including those with early onset of dementia, with opportunities to leave their homes and socialising with other people of a similar age. Toa Pasifika has consistently proven the value of reaching out to directly to older people and those who care for them, rather than expecting them to come to us. Teams visit their homes to check on their well-being, provide support for carers and for people who have experienced neglect and abuse. Toa Pasifika also provided crucial contribution to the COVID-19 response and the flood response in Auckland earlier this year, including directly checking on and encouraging vaccination, providing health kits to help protect them against getting sick, as well as connecting them with important health contacts for emergencies. We have started to make gains for Pacific people through the efforts of community and health workers across the country. And Toa Pasifika is one example of many excellent models across the country. It's up to all of us, collectively, to build on those successes and support Pacific families and communities to stay well and enable Pacific people to access the care they need more easily, where and when they need them. Thank you to everyone who has come today and have contributed to this amazing 20th year celebration. Again, I would like to acknowledge Malia and founder of Toa Pasifika for her passion that we are able to be here and enjoy the celebration together. Malo Bito.
Malo Bito, Harriet Bonga, Regional Director, Northern Region, Pacific Health, Te Whatu Order, 18Z Malo, Malo, Mawhana, Mawhana.
Malo.
Harriet, I just saw your earrings. Where'd you get your earrings from?
From Samoa.
Okay, just asking, yeah. Very nice. It's time for another performance, come on. This time we go to the Rock of Polynesia as we say a very big whakalofalahi atu to our Niuean community. Come on, come on, come on. Niuean! Niuean, as you come up, let's give them a big round of applause. And as they make their way up, also got to acknowledge my Niuean connection, my lovely wife Alberta, her mother Epinesa Tuhenga, daughter of Kaifofo from Tuapa on the Rock of Polynesia. Oh, very good, very good. And just as we're waiting for them to perform, just with our Tongan community preparing for your performance, just want to remind you, it's a celebration, not a competition. So yeah, just the way that you've been looking at these Samoan and Niuean performances, like, oh yeah, you wait, we'll bring the mawhana, we're going to show you the mawhana. Another big round of applause for our Niuean community, yay! Sorry, Monique.
From Niuean, I just come back from the Rock last night. I tried to be here, otherwise I'll be in the bad books of the board. So, and thank you. And thank you to all of you who are here, all dignitaries present today. As Malia said before, I worked with Malia in 2001, but I came to know Methodist Mission in 1996. We got our first funding from Methodist Mission then. And the relationship grew, and then I ended up being a staff of Toa Pacific. I never forget those days, because this little group of mine, we're supposed to have 7 today. But because I was away, I think they fall asleep. So it was hard to round people up when you come home at night and try to find out where's everybody, who's coming, who's not coming. So this is us to represent Whalepipi and Mafola that Methodist Mission used to fund in the past. And the word that I want to share with us, a peaceful heart is wellness to the body. A peaceful heart is wellness to the body. So hear that. If you're not at peace, no wellness in the heart, no wellness to the body, no wellness to the mind. So take that with you tonight and look it up. Peace. Have peace with yourself. Have peace with your loved ones. Have peace with your family. Have peace with your children. Have peace with your friends. Don't hold anything. Don't be envious of others. I learned all those things from Toa Pacific. So today we're going to sing for you Mitaki e Taumenosi. Means the goodness of God is how we're here today. Otherwise, I I wouldn't bother come from the rock last night. I would extend my stay. But I can't do that. So me tahi dominoes, the goodness of God is how we are here. And then the DJ will play us Koe Fisiciali. This is a Fisiciali. your money there, Mama.
Another big round of applause. Mama, what's your name? From which village in Niuean?
Tuapa.
Ah, Tuapa! We family! Okay. Skoila himahaki, moine aho. Okay, tell whalawa to you too. Another big round of applause for our Niuean community, and thank you, Molly. Very nice. If I knew you were going to Niuean, I would have asked you to bring back some coconut bread, or can't do uma anymore, eh? Yeah. But apparently you can go through the Cook Islands and bring them. Well, that's another. Anywho, we would now like to invite our next guest speaker forward, of Samoan descent, former Director of Pacific Health at the Ministry of Health, previously General Manager, Child, Youth, Localities and Family Home at CCDHB, Victoria University alumni. A big round of applause, please, for CEO and Secretary of the Ministry of Pacific Peoples, Geraldine Clifford Lidstone. Thank you, Geraldine.
Maroe lelei, whakalofalahi atu, ki orana, noa ia, ni Sambula, Maori, whawhitai mo le awanoa, o te moa I whatulo atu I le paia maurunga I le tātua whatasinga, susunga I taitai, ma le au mautufi o le nei toa Pasifika, whapea isi ma tā ngā luenga I lo wawa awai mai, te maali'i I whalupo, I o tōtru langa whalupe, ai mai se fu I le paia ma le mamaru o potu. Tulo na lava, o te whatalofa atu, ma ofa alofa atu, ma le whaluaru tele, ma lulisi fua maua, ma le rangi e mama. Wow, what a wonderful celebration this morning. Can I just say, I'm going to start with complaint. I need to make a complaint about Malia Hamani because everyone has been saying such wonderful things about her. I think I should start with saying some things that she hasn't done well. So, firstly, Te Rita Funaki and Liz Tanielu, I'm not going to pick on Serena because Serena still looks young, but Liz Tanielu and Te Rita, can you stand up? I'm going to cast your minds back 25 years when this service, we're talking about 20-year celebration, but after Maria spoke, we know that it's been going for maybe 25, maybe 28 years. And back then, Te Rita Funaki had hair, and back then, Liz Tanielu had black hair. Please sit down. So what I'm saying is that my complaint about Maria is she made this journey sound easy, and it was not easy. Back in the 1990s, when people were looking for services for Pacific people, they only wanted to give services to young people because this is where all the problems were with our youth. And the system didn't understand how important our mātua were for our families. They completely disregarded the needs of older Pacific people. And so for this is what Maria has made sound easy, because every time there was constraints on money, the first service they want to cut is the service for old people. And also the way that we looked at our older people was that they were good for making decorations and for putting the ula around your neck and doing floral designs. No one really talked about the issues that faced our families, and I want to talk about some of those because this is the hard stuff. So, when we think about our old people as people that dance, we don't appreciate what elder abuse means. And this is a complex term for us as Pacific people because we talk about treasuring our older people, and most of our families do. But many of our families also don't treasure our older people. And so when we go to some of these homes, because the work that Maria did transformed the landscape of New Zealand about how we look at Pasifika older people. We would go into homes and we would see, dealing with the young people, but what we see is Many of our elderly people left at home with their children, sometimes 10 children under the age of 8 or 5, where their children would come and leave all the grandchildren, no nappies, no food for the whole day while they're at work. And this was creating a great deal of stress and anxieties for many of our older people. We would go into homes and find people with high needs, high health needs, their bed made up in the lounge and the whole family sleeping in the lounge because no one could provide them access to living accommodation where they could be together in a healthy way, where their health needs were met. These are the things that Marlia's not telling you about, that she had to address alongside the whole of New Zealand. And after time, anyone that's working in health services or social services for Pacific people, we started to call Marlia if there were any issues, or if we needed representation, Marlia would be the person that we would talk. So I have a complaint to make about Marlia for this, because you made it sound too easy. And I know there were many tears, and I know that you advocated for this community so strongly. I'm not going to go on too much longer, but I did want to cover my second complaint about Marlia. My second complaint, and I'm pleased that she's sitting next to Dr. Ufa-Juice, because Dr. Ufa-Juice, I need to complain about her for the same reason. There is this thing, it seems to be called Tongan Botox, that makes you stay 25 years younger. You look at Te Vita Funaki's bald head and Liz Tanielo's grey hair, but the two of you continue to look like you are youthful and young, and it must be the effervescence that comes from hardship, from pain, from hard work that keeps you looking young and beautiful. And for this, I congratulate you and I thank you for all the work that you have done.
Very big thank you, Geraldine Clifford Lidstone, CEO and Secretary of the Ministry of Pacific Peoples. Thank you so much, Geraldine. And only because she mentioned a certain person, I mentioned Tay, I might as well mention Liz. Are you still the GM Pacific Investing in Children NSD? No, it's a while ago, one of your many. So Liz Taniel, Liz, can you stand up again, please? Just so we can acknowledge you. Can you stay there while I tell this little story? Everybody listen. Myself and Liz, we go way back. We are children of the E Whakasa Waihimo in Porirua. Her uncle was the whaiwhiawa at the time, the incredible, amazing, inspirational Yoritana Tanielu. And I attended Liz's 21st. This is going back in, we'll say, the mid-80s in there. Yes. We attended at Mungannon Community Hall in Porirua, next to the netball courts, where after rugby league games you always go watch, the girls playing netball to support them. So Liz, I've never seen this in any other 21st. When it was time to give her a gift, they rolled in a Mazda hatchback, which was red, a Mazda hatchback, and they had all her presents in there, and they rolled it into the community hall there as part of her celebration for her 21st. I've never seen it since, and I'll never forget it. And the white hair that comes, well, the word talks about with grey hair comes wisdom, so you are so wise. You've got so much wisdom on you, it's not funny. So yeah, love you, Liz. Okay, let's now move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker, family, a former operations manager of Bananas NZ, a registered social worker by background, extensive experience in managing and delivering services across the NGO sector. Her work with Age Concern New Zealand focuses on ensuring that the well-being, rights, respect and dignity of older people are championed and that the local age concern services across our communities are supported. A big round of applause for the Chief Executive of Age Concern New Zealand, Karen Billings-Jensen. Thank you, Karen.
Talofa, malo ilile. Bula, namaste. Whakalofa I ahi atu, maloni. Whakatalofa atu, kia orana, and kia ora tātou. Greetings to the board and staff of Toa Pacific, and particularly for the mātua here. My husband and I have a habit of asking at the end of the day, what made you smile today? Well, I've been smiling for the last 2 hours, and I think I've got a few more hours of smiles just from being here today. But it is such a great pleasure to be here on such a special occasion. As we said, I'm the Chief Executive of Aged Concern New Zealand, so I feel surrounded in spirit by my team down in Wellington of Aged Concern New Zealand and the wider Aged Concern teams across the country. We all share our greetings. It's so wonderful and important that you've chosen to gather to mark a significant milestone, particularly in the work, as was mentioned, around elder abuse and neglect, and celebrate all the work that is happening across Pacific communities. For Aged Concern, this mahi started in the 1980s, and one of the critical things has always been to find partners to work alongside. And right from the 1990s, when you started the work that's been described today, and then moving into funded services, Toa Pacific has held such an important place in the elder abuse response and prevention area. Seeing you work with older people experiencing abuse and neglect, to the education you've given to workers across the sector and across the whole country, the work that you've done in raising awareness across communities, you have been exceptional. We can see how you've reached so many communities and the trust that you have built. Your unique knowledge and skills in working with older adults and their aina through the complexities of elder abuse has been inspirational. We are so pleased to work alongside you. From the early days, we had a memorandum of understanding in 2005, through to the shared conferences, the working groups. We've trained together at worker forums and take every opportunity to meet as peer support workers. You have given us an important understanding of elder abuse in Pacific cultural settings, and there is so much more that we have to learn from you. We know the work you do and the amazing range of programs that we've already heard referenced today, that you enhance the well-being of older Pacific people. And we see and hear the advocacy that you do at an individual, local and national level. Keep it up. Aged Concern New Zealand acknowledges the unique services and role that Toa Pacific has provided to support older people through your elder abuse and neglect experiences. We respect and honour your ongoing involvement, advocacy and practical support regardless of the streams that you have to fund your work. We know that you deliver far more than you'll ever be funded for. We're so pleased last year to honour you, Malia, as the inaugural recipient of Aged Concerns New Zealand Hui Awards, and that just underlined our admiration for you and the work of your work. So today I'm pleased to present you with our greetings and a formal acknowledgement from Aged Concern New Zealand of the shared journey we've had with you, and to congratulate you on your 20th anniversary and all the years before. Well done.
Another big round of applause for Karen Billings-Jensen, Chief Executive of Aged Concern NZ, and a little token of our appreciation. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you. Family, we have one more guest speaker before lunch. I really liked what you mentioned, Karen, with regards to the question that you and your husband ask each other at the end of the day. So just quickly, turn to the person on your left or your right, and you're just going to ask them, what made you smile today? Just ask and answer. Yes, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What I liked, I could just hear some of the conversations, and I overheard one of you say to the other one, you know what made me smile today? when I looked in your eyes and there were no sores. So that was really good. Thank you. Our guest speaker before lunch, family, Director of Office for Seniors since 2016, led the Office for Seniors in a range of projects, including the development and launch of the Better Later Life He Orana Kaumatua strategy. Previously worked for 3 years at Te Runanga o Waitahu, also spent 2 years with the Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Authority as the Deputy Chief Executive of Recovery, Strategy, Planning and Policy, also a member of the Institute of Directors and a Justice of the Peace. A big round of applause for the Director of Office for Seniors, Diane Turner. Thank you, Diane.
Mother Lorne Whakalofa Lahi Atu Kia Orana Talofa Lapa Malo Elele Nisa Bula Vinaka Noia Mori Tena Koto Katoa, and warm Pacific greetings to everyone here. I would like to acknowledge and mihi to the Reverend Father Lini Loa, the Reverend Tara Totari, the board, Lord Latoa Jenkins and other members of the Toa Pacific Board, Pacific Incorporated Board, past and present, other guest speakers, and of course the wonderful Maria and her supportive team, and of course all of you who are here to join in the 20-year celebration of the work and commitment to treasuring older adults and Pacific year carers. And of course our wonderful MC, Brian Zagala, who I've had the privilege of being interviewed by in previous times. Just remind me. I know that I stand here between you and lunch, so I will be quite brief because I think some of the things I've said, all the other speakers have said as well. So we're all on task here. I've been working for the Office for Seniors for almost 7 years, and it was in my very early days that I got to know about Toa Pacific and its work through Malia, who's had a much longer connection with that work and probably quite a number of ministers for seniors over that time. It's a relationship and association that I strongly value and treasure and hold dear to my heart. And I'm really delighted to be here today to join in this magnificent celebration. To still be here after 20 years is a real achievement. And while there's no doubt that your organisation has real passion and energy, something that I can have observed firsthand, you still need resources to be able to exist. And unfortunately, this is never a straightforward process, dealing not only with the vagaries of central and local government funding policies, but also the events that impact on our communities, such as COVID and the floods, shape our organisations and what we're able to achieve. Even in an ideal world, there will never be enough time, money, people to address the needs of our families, that our families and communities have. That is unfortunately the reality. But at least by working together in our communities, we can still achieve much more in partnership. Toa Pacific, through Māori's leadership, has also influenced government policy and shared insights and knowledge internationally, and none of this can be undervalued. It brings much value back into our communities. Notably for me personally, the development of the national strategy for our ageing population in 2018 and 19. In Māori, while I know that we might not have exactly used the words treasuring older adults, the strategy certainly talks to the needs of valuing older people, treating them with respect and dignity, and as well as meeting the services that provide their cultural needs. And I thank you for making sure that we're on task on that. This is something that I aspire to happening every day that I come to work, and hopefully you and others here will continue to keep me honest in those endeavours. Toa Pacific has graciously hosted international visitors at my request, as a centre of excellence in all that you do. I'm always very appreciative of your willingness to share experiences with others. We all in the world have so much to share and learn. Toa Pacific can be very proud of the contribution it has made to your community nationally and internationally over the last 20 years. It is organisations such as yours that make a real positive difference in people's lives every day. I wish you all the very best for the next 20 years. As our ageing population continues to grow, the demands for your services from your very special organisation will only continue to grow. I'll close with a whakataukī that I think is appropriate. No te roro, naku te roro, ka ora ai te iwi. With your food basket and my food basket, the people will continue to thrive. Thank you for this opportunity.
Big round of applause, Graham Turner, Director for the Office of Seniors. A token of our appreciation, Diane, and it's so good to see you again. Yes, it's reunited and it feels so good. Okay, back to your seat now. Okay, good on you. We're going to do lunch, but this cake, I'm not too sure how much longer it's going to last, Malia. So we'll ask some of the team to bring the cake forward, just over here, so they can get a nice photo. I'll invite Letoa and all the board members and the staff to come up as well. And if any of our mātua want to come up as... Okay then, so we have two mātua who've been given the wonderful responsibility of cutting the cake. So again, please can we get all our board members, our staff members, Toa Pacific board staff members up. And what we're going to do as well, Famili, Ina, can we move it up just a little bit? Oh. Okay. Okay, so yes. Can we have our board members up? And yes, please, staff, come, please. Can we play some celebration music, DJ, folks? Yeah, let's go with the Cool and the Gang, eh? Go with the usual. I just want to acknowledge our table of young ones there too, our Tupolanga Talafo. Thank you for coming up and supporting our mātua during their severs each time. Really appreciate it. You guys have been raised right, I know that. Good. Some celebration music, DJ folks. Hey. Everybody, let's be upstanding. Where's our mātua who are coming to cut the cake? Come. Moving in, everybody! I've got a lighter for the candles. A lighter for the candles. Oh, you get me? No, okay. Okay. Yes. Good. Reverend Tara, come forward, please. Can you bless the cake and bless our food at the same time? Yeah. Malia asks. Thank you, DJ folks. My Lord, oh, this is beautiful.
Lily. Video. Tata semoga asik. Tata asik.
So let us pray. God of all that is and all that will be, we thank you for this cake, a symbol of our love together. We thank you for the food we are about to partake in. May it nourish our bodies even as our fellowship nourishes our soul. We ask these things in your most holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Tara. Anybody who wants to take a picture of the cake, this is the time.
Family. One of the team from Tour Pacific will come up and let you know when it's time to go up. We're just going to double check with Holiday Inn. And everyone will be getting a piece of the beautiful cake. I think we're going to give it a new home in the fridge before it starts to melt too much. Other than that, we're just going to enjoy more music from DJ Fox. Lunch is going to go through to 2 o'clock, and we're looking forward to the grand finale performance from our Tongan community.
And I see two staff carrying. Yeah, keep on going. Do you know the time? The time is the food is being blessed, and you're free to our guests at the front, please start. And we all know that some of our older people need somebody to serve their food, and the staff and the Dalabo from Village Collective are here to also help if your food is needed to be here, to be brought to you. And with the time that we had, like now, I have got two people I'm going to ask to say a few words, because it would be really a missed opportunity if they were not saying a few words. I needed to behave myself and keep my speakers to 6. I wanted a lot more. I wanted Brenda, Karma, everybody else. And I'm really thinking of Catherine Hall and Dr. Offa Jews. Dr. Offa Jews went to Boston, well, I went to Boston with Dr. Offa Jews, because Tour Pacific support research. Any research in the field of older people, guess what? They contact me. I got an email last night from Auckland Uni, and I never know whether I'm being used or something else. However, I go into it with a plan and make damn sure older people are going to benefit from something. I don't give away opportunities. So, shall I go? Yeah. Dr. Offa, please come up. Thank you. And do remember that at this time you could go and grab yourself some food. I know there is roast pork up there, and in a fair few, beef soup usually is supposed to be unhealthy, but hey, we can't help it. We have to have some. So feel free to grab your food, but I'm going to give the mic to Dr. Offa.
Malo Malia. Kolege o hufanga he whakatapu moe, loto ko au whaki, kai hata ke whakahoko e ki whatongia koini. It is so wonderful to celebrate with you almost 2 days, over 2 decades. And I am very proud of you, Malia, and all the work you have done over this time. Malia and I go back a wee while. Actually, we met through our sons while they were students at St. Peter's College. And we'd rock up every Saturday to support them on the rugby field, run up and down the sidelines, and sometimes we'd have a little warm drink because it's in the middle of winter, and share it amongst all the mums, and that made our cheering for our sons even more louder. And guess what? They never lost a game. The year 2000, they won every piece of silverware in all the competitions in Auckland and nationally. Well, I did. I followed the boys to Dunedin for the final competition. But, speaking of following someone, it's been a pleasure for me to follow Malia in her work, because research with and for older adults are very important for us. If we want to inform policy change, improvements in health services for our older adults, it is important that we provide sound evidence to inform this change. And actually, Malia, I've come prepared with a summary note for a new project to engage you and Tour Pacific in another research study, again focusing on older adults. One study is not enough. neither is two. We need to continue to amplify the needs of our older adults and how we can bring about positive change for them. But not only for them, because the work with our older adults will influence the support for our children, young people, and other adults. And actually, we are serious about a Pacific approach to improving healthcare for our whānau. It is a family and community approach. And I'm delighted to be part of your team and involve you in all the research that we do. And congratulations again, Malia. I'm so proud of you and the work you're doing and all the team and the people that you're supporting. Malo Aupito. Malo. Thank you. Malo.
Hi Rachel, it's good to see you. There were two lecturers from MIT here who they are going to do research in the, for our Ainga carers, for our family carers. But I'm gonna, don't let me keep you from your lovely dinner, but Catherine, please. Catherine is the CEO of Alzheimer's New Zealand. And Alzheimer's is something I'm fearful of, but and Catherine and I are both on the executive committee for the Carers Alliance. And so here we are, let's hear Catherine.
Malo Lene, hello Kalama, Niuean Polka. Kia ora koutou. This is a bit unexpected. I'm not on the program and I wasn't expecting to speak, but I am delighted to be here today. I have thoroughly enjoyed this morning and the colour and the energy and the enthusiasm and the celebration and the recognition of the huge amount of work that Toa Pacific and in particular Malia has done over the past 20 years. My relationship with Malia and Toa Pacific is relatively new. I've only been in this role and working with Malia for the last 10 years or so. But I have seen the energy, the commitment and the passion and the perseverance, and it shows today. I also wanted to shout out to the speakers before, and in particular to mention Geraldine's comments, because it is easy on a day like today to focus on the celebration and not to remember how hard it is. And it is tough to be older in New Zealand at the moment, and the work that organisations like Toa Pacific and others do just makes such a big difference. So congratulations, well done, and thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Catherine. I knew you wouldn't mind me surprising you. Malo.
Thank you everyone. So DJ folks, play some, if you can play some more music for us. And so just any Malia, people can go up as they please. Okay then. So family, we invite you to partake of the beautiful Auck Holiday Inn. And for our young ones, please, if you see that any of our mātua needing assistance, please can you help them. So we will see you back here at around 2 o'clock. when we're looking forward to the amazing performance of our wonderful Tongan community, Tongan mātua. Thank you, DJ folks. we're 5 minutes away from our final performance. Hey, where'd you get here? What is? Okay. So we're preparing for our final performance. We might need 3/4 of this whole room just for our next performance group. But 2 o'clock, we're going to be having the wonderful Tongan Mātua group who are going to be doing a wonderful performance for us. So family, please, if you can bring your plates in, le toa, that's about 5 plates from your dessert, I count now. Start making your way in, and we're going to get underway with our final performance for the afternoon. Before we invite one of our beautiful mums forward for some final words and to finish our day in prayer. Oh my gosh, they're already, Salote, 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 salote. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Maybe 1 or 2 more songs, DJ Fuchs, and then when these guys are ready to go, they'll let us know. Not far away now. Oh, looking forward to our final performance.
ke mola wa mai moton o mama ta me heni ki fai ba kai ata ka fai ba ke ko tau ki me ana e a ko ka kwa ke a ho ni ko ta lu tu mai fa hinga na te ke na ha ka ngata ki na to ba fa mama ye iyo kai ke ko a ka to nga o ta lu tu ko e ta hini ko e ko hai
Sorry, I have
Thank you, Malia, for what you've been doing for the oldest 20 years. And you work hard, and you get us together, and we feel young when we come to your program. When we go home, we get old, because our children and our grandchildren, they treat us like old people. But when we come to this group, the music, the dancing, the laughing, the talking, and make us feel young. And that's why we want to be with Malia all day. It's only one day or day, but it's too short. We want to be there every day to watch Malia. We know Malia is busy trying to get in touch for something help to make us happy, but we don't know. We just want to be happy and healthy, and we want to be safe. And that's our Ma'ululu. That's all the song. It's all about thanking for Malia. And the first song is the same from the other group. And this is our last song. It's all about her, for her hard work and what she's been doing. And we know we can't have anything to show her how grateful we are. And thank you, Malia. So this is the song, Malia. Tete mari tahu juga. Kamaku praise our song. We have nothing to give you. It's only our love. Just wear our love. In the time we've been here with you, it's so precious, Maria. We can't say anything. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. She says that they don't have anything to give. I've just said that you have given the love, and there is nothing you can give in place of love. It's just love. And you have given all your love, your dedication, and everybody thank me. But those people who came up before, the staff of Toa Pacific, I don't do all of it. Salome, who sits at the very end there, she has worked for Toa Pacific for 17 years. Can we give her a hand? She loves older people so much, she gets in trouble with me all the time. Because if I say don't go shopping because you'll take forever to finish the drop off, oh no, she doesn't tell me what she does, but she just loves them and do what they need to do. And Salome does that and have been doing that since 2006. When Joseph's mom passed away, Lomi came by. She happens to be my niece, and she's been very faithful all this time. She cries sometimes because I get harsh sometimes, but that's what happens when you're related to staff. That's why we don't hire our family, because they get the tap off when it's somebody else. However, Hifo, you were saying, there was a celebration or gift giving during the week. They have already given, and their love is there, as you can see. Their well-being of the heart that Molly was talking about, as we witness it. And in Wellington tomorrow, there is conversations about loneliness, but this is the solution to all of those. And it's not easy, and there was a time I didn't think that Pacific people get lonely, but I have got it all wrong, because I talked to a brother who lives in Tonga, and he tells me his tailata, meaning he's lonely. So loneliness is everywhere here, because you live it by yourself. You don't have a neighbor to say hello at a distance. But these people don't get lonely, they just come back to Toa Pacific, and they also go to groups on other days of the week, so they know how to look after themselves, to be happy, healthy, and safe. And those three words are our little, we remember them, because that's the summary for all the culture rights of older person, what make them happy. We just make it, because translation is very difficult, so we just use the three words, happy, healthy, and safe. And when those are ticked, there shouldn't be old abuse happening, there shouldn't be sickness, because they use their super for going to the doctor or doing things to keep them healthy. Sorry, it's not in the program, ke toi lea, ka ko lea pe ko whakaaki mui. O ko mo whaki ako mo loto, o ko os millionea ia pa ko o se awa kilani. Whawhetai, whamalo, tua o whātuka ki mo tolu ko toa pe mālo.
Just before Molly finishes us off with some words, please, if our time group can stay there, and then after, if we can have our Samoan and Niuean members come up, and we'll get Vei, if you can take a photo of all our mātua along with our friends, that would be good to, to acknowledge them. Another big round of applause for our visionary Maria and to our amazing common group, Mahopito. Molly is going to close with some words of prayer and encouragement, and then that's us. Molly.
Thank you. Thank
thank you to it in every one of you who are here today. I want to acknowledge our ancestors who have gone before us. I want to acknowledge the older people who has been with us. And I want to acknowledge the board of Toa Pacific who is with us, and they've gone. So many of them that they contributed to Toa Pacific. And 3 words I like to give you: trust, respect, and heart. Who are you trusting today? It's very hard to trust nowadays because too many things no good. Respect. Are you being respected by people or your family? What about your heart? Are you doing things in your heart for yourself, to please yourself? Or are you doing it because you want to please the one who gave you that breath of life? Trust, respect, and heart are 3 key points that I see when I work with Malia. When I was 51 years old, I started work with her. I am now nearly 73. And I thank you to Toa Pacific because, as he said, to keep young. To keep young is your responsibility, no one else. You do it yourself. Don't wait for somebody to make you young. Do it for yourself. I remember when I went to visit this 83-year-old lady. When I got there, she said to me, "Molly, I'm coming with you today. Take me with you." So I said to her, "Look, I can go and ask your son." So I asked the son, "Mom wants to come with me." He said to me, "Take her." So I put Mom in my car as she is, 83-year-old. And I brought her to my house. And I had to care for her for 2 weeks until she get her placement to go to a rest home. And another one is a man. It's a referral from Toa Pacific. I went to householder people, and this man was not on the right benefit. And he can't really speak up to get what he's supposed to get. So I took him to WINS, and he entitled for a pension. So I said to him, "Look, you got plenty of money now. Remember the last day. Put some aside." And he did. 4 years later, I got a referral again from the same man. And he was dying then. And he handed me his wallet when I went to see him in the war, and he said, "Help me." I was puzzled because, the wallet, I don't know what's inside it. And he asked me to help. So I said, "Okay then, I will help you. But give me the PIN number. I want to know the PIN number because I don't know what's happening to you. Something happens to you, I don't know." So he gave it to me. It's trust again. He trusts me to give me this. Because we're not supposed to give PIN numbers to others. So this man died. And I organized his funeral because he has a wife, no children. And Toa Pacific allowed me to have a small reception in there at Toa Pacific. And I look after everything for him. He had enough money in there. From the time I spoke to him to put some aside, it was enough to pay for his funeral. And another one is a lady. I said to her, "Tell me, what would you like when your last day comes?" She said to me, "Molly, I only know one way, to go to the ground." So I said to her, "Look, if that's what you want, I can organize your resting place." So I went out and found a plot for her in Mangrove. And I went back and told her. Again, it's trust. She trusts me. So I said, "Look, it costs $1,400 for your plot." So she said, "Let's go and get the money." So we went to the bank and handed me the money. and I went to pay for her plot. This lady died last year. I make sure I have to stand beside her grave and acknowledge how she happens to get to the grave. So you see, trust, respect, and heart. If you trust God, He will help you. And if you respect people, these people here will respect you. And if you have a good heart to serve God first before you, then you'll be all right. So those 3 words means a lot to me. As I work with Toa Pacific, I acknowledge you, Malia, today as I sit here. The journey. It's quite a long journey. Sometimes there's trust in there, sometimes no trust, sometimes respect, sometimes no respect. Sometimes the heart is not right. But at the end of the day, we come back and just come before Him and say, look, I'm sorry. So today is a significant day of 20 years. 20 years of working and striving that older people be heard out there. So families can value them and look after them. I think I have said too much. And let's close with a word of prayer. It's a real beautiful day. And let's bow our head in prayer. Ko e atua tapu, ko e atua mo e tukulangi a koe. Hanai a mautoro ko whakapotopoto, ke whakaosi ha mautoro a whakapataha nai. Tupuato tau nawa, ko e tau whakahui ki mua hao e atua. Hao pihia hao takitakianga mawhawa, he hanai. Whakamoruina mai a mautoro se a wamamehewehe ane whai. Go before us, O God, and take us safely wherever we are going. May our lives, O Lord, be sweet fragrance to families and to friends, that we be able to enjoy and to share what it's like to grow older. In Jesus' wonderful name, pray. Amen.
Amen. 3 cheers for Toa Pacific. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. We invite the rest of our communities, Malia, the board, friends, let's come and take a photo. They are. We'll get the camera set up. So our other communities, are we able to come and join our Tongan community? We'll take a photo. Yeah? Or we just take a photo of the Tongans, eh? And that'll be for everything. Come on, let's take a photo. And just as our others are making their way up, to all our young people that are still here today, never forget the treasure that our mātua are, for all the sacrifice that they made for us to be in the position and have the lives that we have today. Once again, on behalf of Malia and the board, a very big thank you, Manoa Pito, whakauelahi mahaki, I'll take tele lava for all your support, not only today but over the last 20 years. So come on everyone, want to acknowledge also DJ Fuchs, awesome music today.
Ricky no whakawhala, ko ke toi toi ko